Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning, a very quiet Monday. More quiet weather for today. We do have some upper level clouds overhead this morning, so it is kind of more of a partly cloudy start to our day. Skies will become mostly cloudy, I think, later on this afternoon as clouds thicken up. That's this yellow line here to the southwest. This is a dry line, so basically the air just slightly more humid or moist. Some people hate that word, I know. Moist compared to the air here. And this is not a big factor today, but it will become more of a factor tomorrow for that part of the forecast. Tonight, another fairly quiet night with partly to mostly cloudy skies. The winds do begin to increase a little bit out of the south and southwest. So by tomorrow morning, we're probably already talking about winds up around 20 miles per hour. That's as light as they're going to be tomorrow. They're going to get worse as we get into the daytime. So there's our dry line separating what's going to eventually be some warm and somewhat moist air, at least for this time of the year. We could see dew points get into the 50s, which in December is pretty not unheard of, but it does not happen very often. But then the dew points will be extremely dry back here behind this this dry line right here. Then we have a cold front to our northwest that'll follow that dry line. Let's push this through the morning. And one thing I'll say to focus on tomorrow morning, early afternoon, watch the arrows. Watch how the arrows get faster and faster. So the winds are getting nastier out of the south. This is pumping that warm, moist air in. We could see record high temperatures tomorrow afternoon in eastern Nebraska, maybe even as far west as around the Tri-Cities. Right behind it, the dry line, southwest of the winds will be even stronger, and it's going to bring in some very dry air right in here. So tough to get some moisture right in here. In fact, it'll dry out. But watching also as we get some thunderstorms that begin to develop along this dry line. Meanwhile, right behind it, a cold front that'll turn the winds out of the northwest. And look how temperatures will drop off, rain to snow right in there. It gets more interesting as we push further into the afternoon. There's the thunderstorms trying to develop in central Nebraska. This is kind of a slight chance right in here. Chances will be actually greater in eastern Nebraska later in the afternoon. But again, look at these winds out of the southwest. We are talking about gusts of wind that could be over 70 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorms, your criteria for a severe thunderstorm is 58 miles per hour. So we're talking about stronger than your weakest severe thunderstorms. Maybe up to 75 miles per hour. This is a very similar setup to what we saw Christmas Day 5 years ago. We had the thunderstorms. There was some severe weather with that. Not sure if we're going to see severe weather with this. But then behind the system, if you remember Christmas Day, that evening, it got nasty with the winds. And that's the kind of winds we'll see tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. There's 5 o'clock, so now the thunderstorms are now in eastern Nebraska. There's a little bit better chance we may see some isolated strong severe thunderstorms. The biggest question right now basically with these is if these winds are too strong, sometimes they can cause those updrafts to collapse. And so maybe they won't develop, and the severe weather chance may not be as good. But then there's dry air right in here. So you see the dry punch of dry air behind the cold front and the surface trough as it starts to disappear, or that dry line as it starts to disappear and the cold front overtakes it. But the dry air, the reason this is important is because dew points will drop off 20, 30, 40 degrees behind the front and the dry line. And so if we do start to see power lines fall down and the power lines maybe start to spark a fire, fires could easily get out of control. So smokers, do not throw your cigarettes out the window, or you got to keep that in mind. But then you get on the back side of the system, we've got rain transitioning to snow. Temperatures after record highs, temperatures dropping off behind this on the back side of the system. So rain changing to snow. There's the last of the thunderstorms now pushing over into Iowa tomorrow evening. Nasty winds. Notice the strongest winds would be I-80 and southward here. They'll still be nasty up north, but worse to the south. Wind-driven snow. While I don't expect a lot of snowfall accumulation because this is not a very long-lasting system, it's going to be very, very fast-moving. While it is snowing, snow could be wind-driven and cause very difficult driving conditions. Now, we're already talking about difficult driving conditions anyway, just because of the winds. High-profile vehicles, this could be dangerous. Interstate 80, you get a lot of semi-traffic. And we've seen traffic or semis that have fallen over, get knocked over by winds like this. So that's one issue. But then when you start throwing in a little bit of snow, wind-driven snow could cause whiteout conditions. So while it may not last very long, travel not advised for that short period of time here to the west and to the north of the Tri-Cities. I think we just miss out on the snow. It'll be close, but I think we just miss out. Let's push this to 9 p.m. now. The wind's still pretty strong, especially in eastern Nebraska. There's the last of the snow, and then it will clear out of here by midnight. Winds still blustery, but they are starting to die down now by midnight tomorrow night. And by Thursday morning, the winds will be much lighter. Skies will be clear, and that'll calm us down now heading into the rest of this week. We have a high wind warning in place for all areas tomorrow, starting 9 a.m., continuing until 9 p.m. I think the worst of the winds will come mid to late afternoon and early evening, so 3 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m., all the way through about 8 p.m. is the worst of the winds. But again, wind gusts, for a high wind warning, your criteria is 55 miles per hour or greater. Again, we could see wind gusts, and I'll show it here, 65 plus miles per hour, and I think some 75 mile per hour wind gusts are not out of the question tomorrow afternoon and early tomorrow evening, and then they'll start to come down late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Now, as of right now, the Storm Prediction Center has all the severe weather threat off to our east. Far eastern Nebraska included in a marginal risk here, but one area that I would certainly be watching, or I keep an eye on this area right in here, 281 and eastward here. It's a small window of time, it's a small opportunity, but it can't rule out some very isolated severe weather threat tomorrow afternoon and very early evening in these locations right in here. All right, on to temperatures. First off, again, back to the quiet weather of today, 50s, lower 60s, some 40s up to the northeast where there is still snowpack. Tonight into tomorrow morning, pretty quiet, mild, 30s or upper 20s, 30s, 40s, and even low 50s to the southeast. So not a terribly cold night ahead of us. And then tomorrow, these are your highs. And again, our record high for tomorrow, 67 in GI and Hastings, 70 in Lincoln. Records tied or broken in parts of central to eastern Nebraska. There's the colder air to the northwest, but that only is part of the story. Let's look at the future temperatures product here. This is tomorrow morning. Let's take you through the day and watch how temperatures warm up initially ahead of the system, and then here comes that colder air in the afternoon. So by 6 p.m. we are much chillier, and again, some places to the northwest could be cold enough that they get in on some snow. So going from record highs to snow all in one day for some locations out there. And then for tomorrow night, into Thursday morning, we're down into the 20s and even some upper teens out west. Tomorrow, a much cooler day, but still above average, highs in the 40s and lower 50s. So not a terrible Thursday on the way, at least considering it is mid-December. On to the 7-day forecast. As you see, the wild weather of tomorrow, calm today, calm Thursday, the wild Wednesday on the way. After that, Thursday, it will be still decently mild, but a cold front is going to come through late morning. And so temperatures will maybe drop later in the day, but it's also going to become breezy behind that front. And we'll see the colder air for Saturday morning into the day Saturday. But even then, the high in the mid to upper 30s is near or just slightly below average for Saturday. And then we warm back up a little bit on Sunday. Another cold front, though, cools us back down on Monday. It looks like after Monday, we'll start to warm things back up a little bit again for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, back a little bit above average. Signs are that we may cool down a little bit towards Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is just beyond this 10-day forecast. Tough to say right now. It's pretty far out. We're still talking 11, 12 days away yet, but something to keep in mind here. We'll show you the temperature trends in the coming days ahead, and I'm going to take this very slow. There's the warmth of today, the warmth of tomorrow, right there. The cooler air on Thursday, but already starting to recover Thursday into Friday just a little bit. And then a little bit chillier on Saturday right there. Sunday warming up a little bit. Another shot of cold air on Monday. And then starting to warm back up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then it looks like right there, there's Christmas Eve. And this is as far out as this model goes. Christmas Eve, we start to maybe see another shot of some colder air just a little bit. It's kind of a battle of warm and cold air there. It doesn't look like the Arctic air will fully push south, but it will at least move into, at least partially move into our area by Christmas Eve. We'll see. It's a long ways out yet. Well, I got to go, but I want to thank you all for watching on this Tuesday morning. Plenty going on Wednesday, so join me again tomorrow morning as I have all the latest on the wild weather Wednesday that we'll see out there tomorrow. Till then, take care, enjoy your Tuesday, and God bless. Bye.